I fell in love with your sister. I'm divorcing you and marrying her.
What? You better come to the wedding. If you don't, I might spread nasty rumors about you to the whole family. These shocking words were suddenly announced to me by my husband and sister. But for me, their statement was actually quite convenient. Ugh, what are you talking about? I don't even have a sister.
What?
Actually, when I told the truth, my husband and sister realized they had made an irreversible mistake. I'm Mitsuki. I'm a 45-year-old office worker. Ever since I was young, I was always compared to my sister Saki.
Saki is amazing. She got another perfect score on her test. Meanwhile, Mitsuki, I heard from your teacher that you're not even turning in your homework. You should try to be more like your sister.
I'm sorry. But most of the time, the reason I got scolded was because of Saki's meanness. Mitsuki, let me copy your homework. Again? You really need to do it yourself. What? How dare you, my little sister, defy me? You know I can tell mom and dad anything I want. You're a loser who can't do anything without me, so you better just do as I say. Every day, Saki would take my homework and copy it. She never returned my notebook on time, so I ended up being seen as the lazy kid who didn't turn in her homework. Of course, I complained to my mom about Saki's behavior. Saki is copying my homework. I do it, but she takes it. But my mom never really listened to me.
Do you think that excuse will fly? Stop lying. You're such a coward. Even without the homework issue, you always have worse grades than Saki. Why can't you be better?
That's because, to be honest, Saki was smarter than me. She could score perfectly on tests, even without doing her homework.
You always make excuses because you can't study. You have such a nasty attitude. What's wrong with you? Right, Dad?
Well, I mean, you don't have to be that harsh. Maybe we should hear Mitsuki out.
What? Are you saying Saki is lying?
I didn't say that.
Then be quiet. I'm scolding Mitsuki for her own good.
My dad sometimes tried to support me, but he was quiet and not good at arguing, so my emotional mom always won. Teachers and relatives all favored Saki because she was charming and smart. In the end, I had no one to rely on as a child. As we grew up, our lives took very different paths. The first split happened just before we graduated from college.
Mitsuki, I heard you are struggling with job hunting. Is it because you are always stuck with Saki's whims? What's really going on?
Around that time, my parents' relationship has soured, and they were living separately. Without my overbearing mother around, my dad could finally openly show his concern for me. Maybe now he'll really listen to me. Actually, because I have a driver's license, Saki always uses me as her personal chauffeur. Because of that, I never have time for myself. I'm such a loser that I wouldn't get hired anyway. But if I refuse to drive her, she'll spread lies to my friends.
I see, Mitsuki. You've always had the short end of the stick. How about this? If you are okay with it, why don't you work as an office clerk at my factory?
What?
It's not a big factory, but it's stable. If you think you are not good at anything, you can gain experience here and then find a better job later.
Dad, thank you. I'll work at your factory. So I started working at my dad's factory. Meanwhile, Saki suddenly moved to Tokyo with an entrepreneur she met at a bar. I'm going to be the wife of a big company's CEO in Tokyo. And Mitsuki, you're just an office clerk at Dad's factory? Oh, what a sad life. Saki was so proud of herself, but honestly, I didn't envy her at all. Her dreams were unrealistic, and I could see she was going to fail in Tokyo. Oh, okay. Have a nice life in Tokyo with your entrepreneur. I will. With Saki gone, I finally had a brief moment of peace. It's time to restart my life from here. But my resolve crumbled when I got married to a certain man.
Hey, Mitsuki, I found hair on the floor. Can't you even clean properly?
I'm sorry. His name was Shu. He was a full-time employee at my dad's factory. He was great at his job and always acted like a charming young man in front of my dad, which led to us getting married through a match arranged by my dad. But after we got married, Shu showed his true colors. He started nitpicking and scolding me over trivial things.
You useless idiot! You're a failure. If you can't be efficient at work, at least try harder with the housework. You can't do anything without me, can you? Useless.
Yes, I'm sorry. Even though I knew he was being unreasonable, I couldn't stand up to him or talk to my dad about it because of my childhood experiences. What if they don't believe me again? That fear always haunted me, so I just obeyed Shu. Then one day, something terrible happened. My dad, the factory president, fell seriously ill. I took a leave from work and started visiting my hospitalized dad. Dad, are you okay? Is there anything you need?
Oh, I'm really sorry for all the trouble.
With his terminal diagnosis, I did my best to make his hospital stay as comfortable as possible. But Shu showed no concern for my dad at all.
So, the president doesn't have much time left, huh? I should start the process to become the next president.
Shu was just happy about the idea of becoming the president and never visited my dad even once. And then, to make things worse, someone suddenly came back. I'm home. Saki? Why are you here?
What? I'm not allowed to be here? I'm the eldest daughter of this house. I'm way more important than you. Plus, I'm going to be the wife of the next president of Dad's company.
What?
Right, Shu?
Yeah, that's right.
What? What's going on? You two just met, didn't you?
Are you really that clueless? You hopeless loser. I fell in love with your sister. I'm divorcing you and marrying her.
What? When I heard that Dad didn't have much time left, I came back home and met Shu. I thought, how perfect, a handsome future president. So I got close to him.
You two are twins, but you don't look alike at all. Saki is 100 times prettier and smarter. Plus, she's the eldest. So I figured it'd be better to switch for the inheritance.
Oh, and be sure to come to the wedding. If you don't, I might spread nasty rumors about you to the whole family.
What? I had reached my limit. The stress that had built up over decades finally exploded. I thought hiding this would spare you the shock, but it's time to spill the beans. Ugh, what are you talking about? I don't even have a sister.
What?
What are you saying? Have you finally lost your mind?
Just like I said, Saki and I aren't related by blood, and she has no right to Dad's inheritance.
What?
You didn't know, did you? Saki is Dad's stepdaughter. We're not twins. I'm Dad's daughter, and Saki is Mom's daughter, and we just happened to be the same age. So, since Saki isn't Dad's biological daughter, she has no right to his inheritance. Tough luck.
What? That can't be. Neither Dad nor Mom ever said anything like that.
Yeah, they hid it from you to protect you from getting hurt. Didn't you find it odd that Mom always favored you and belittled me? That's because you were her only child.
No way.
Dad told me the truth secretly because he couldn't stand how I was being treated. That doesn't mean I forgive you, though. So, Shu, you want a divorce, right? I'll prepare the papers right away. And just know that after divorcing me, you won't get the company or any inheritance.
Wait, I don't want to divorce you. It was just a momentary lapse in judgment. Please forgive me.
Shu begged on his knees, but there was no way my long-standing resentment would be resolved by that. You think that'll make it all better? Fine, you two can go ahead and get married. I'm done with both of you. But you'll sign the divorce papers and pay alimony. Have a nice life.
No
way.
I left the two stunned and started preparing for the divorce. So I decided to dump Shu and consulted someone I could trust. This is the situation.
I see. In that case, you can file for divorce and claim alimony. You've been through a lot.
He came to my house and listened to my story attentively. Moreover, he told me a way to make Shu and Saki's lives even more miserable.
In case this happens,
I see. Then suddenly the sound of a camera shutter echoed.
I caught you. You're cheating with this guy, aren't you?
What?
I've got photos, so you can't deny it. You'll be paying for the affair.
Huh? I was speechless at their ridiculous accusations. Thinking they had cornered me and that I couldn't fight back, they grew even more arrogant.
Well, it doesn't matter if you are cheating or not, because you are not getting a single penny of the inheritance. Tough luck.
Huh? What do you mean?
Clueless, aren't you? Look at this.
Saki showed me a will signed by my dad.
We talked to Dad and got him to write a will, leaving everything to us.
What?
That means Dad's factory and this house are all ours. So get out of here already. You want a divorce, right? Stop being so shameless.
Yeah, if you really want to divorce me, then leave already.
What? I was too stunned to speak. Dealing with these selfish idiots was exhausting, but I couldn't let them have the last word. So I decided to make them understand their defeat. Wow, you two are so clueless.
What?
I never said this man was my lover. You just assumed that on your own.
Haha, that doesn't matter. As long as we have photos of we are bringing a man into the house, we can use that in the divorce court to make sure you get nothing.
That's right. You won't get alimony. You'll lose your job at the factory, and you'll be out on the street. This is what you get for going against us, loser.
I was getting really fed up with their smug faces. Ugh, this is so ridiculous.
What did you say?
What?
I said it's ridiculous. You two are pitiful for assuming he's my lover.
What? If he's not your lover, then who is he?
Yeah, sneaking a man into the house during the day is obviously suspicious.
Seeing they still didn't get it, I decided to reveal the truth. He's the lawyer I hired for the divorce. Isn't that right?
Yes, my name is Hayashi. I'm an attorney. What?
What?
I called the lawyer to discuss the divorce proceedings. I knew you two would try something.
What?
No way.
Nice to meet you, Shu and Saki. May I take a look at that will?
What?
If it's genuine, I need to adjust my strategy accordingly. Or is there a reason you don't want it thoroughly examined?
No way. You're just trying to tear up this will.
Yeah, coward.
So you're saying this will is real?
Yeah, it's signed and stamped.
He signed it right in front of us, so there's no doubt it's real.
Oh, really? Then I'll just confirm with him.
What?
Shu, Saki, how could you? Not only did you insult Mitsuki, but you also forged a will.
Dad?
Saki's dad?
Why is Dad here? Isn't he critically ill?
You wouldn't know because you never visited, but Dad's condition has improved enough for him to leave the hospital temporarily. I brought him home to explain the situation and discuss it with a lawyer.
I was skeptical until I saw it myself. I can't believe how rotten you two are. No, you are mistaken. We have an explanation. Oh? What kind of explanation? If you lie, I'll fire you from the factory.
No, Dad. It's all Mitsuki's fault. She was planning to take all the inheritance for herself. We were just fighting back.
What?
Dad, you believe me, right? I'm better and smarter than Mitsuki, right?
You are still saying that?
What?
Enough. The only reason you were pampered as a child is because you cheated. I couldn't protect Mitsuki as I should have. But don't think adults will always fall for your tricks.
No
Dad was planning to leave some inheritance to Saki, even though she isn't his biological daughter. And he was going to entrust the company to Shu, who, despite being a terrible husband, is a capable employee. But you two ruined it yourselves.
Damn.
Saki and Shu realized they had lost and hung their heads. Dad delivered the final blow.
You won't get a single penny of the inheritance. I'm cutting ties with you both. You are fired. Get out of this house. No, please, forgive us. Anything but that.
We're sorry. We'll reflect on everything, so don't abandon us.
Shu and Saki groveled desperately.
So, Mitsuki, can you forgive them?
Of course not. By the way, forging a will is a serious crime.
What?
Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
Yes. It's a serious offense that can lead to arrest and imprisonment. Even if you didn't know it was illegal, it won't lessen the punishment.
No way.
Ignoring their cries of despair, I pulled out my phone. I'll call the police now. They'll arrest you.
Let's run, Saki.
Wait for me, Shu.
Shu and Saki fled in a panic. Watching them go, I let out a big sigh. Finally, I'm really free from them. I felt a weight lift off my shoulders for the first time in years.
Mitsuki, I'm sorry for everything. I tried to help you by telling you about Saki being a stepchild and arranging the match with Shu, but it all backfired.
Dad,
Sure, you are less capable than Saki as a kid, but now you're a strong adult who can live on your own. So I have a proposal. How about I give you some of the inheritance now, so you can leave this house and live freely?
what?
Of course, it's up to you, but I want you to be free from all the entanglements here. Staying in this house will just have relatives and factory workers holding you back. I want you to leave home and live freely in a new place. I'm confident you can live on your own without my support.
Dad. Yeah, staying at Dad's factory would probably mean repeating the same old cycle. All right, I'll take the challenge.
Great. I'm chilling for you.
After that, I reported Shu and Saki's crimes to the police. After an investigation, they were arrested while hiding in a hotel.
I'm not guilty. Saki made me do it.
What are you talking about? It was your idea, Shu.
Even during the interrogation, they showed no remorse, so it looks like they won't avoid jail time.
I'm not guilty.
I'll never forgive you.
Meanwhile, I divorced Shu while he was in jail and used the money Dad gave me to start fresh in a new place. Hi there! I'm now working part-time at a bakery. It's a completely different job from before, and at first, I was often confused, but I'm getting used to it.
Great job today, Mitsuki. You can take home some bread.
Thank you. My only worry is that the bakery's bread is so delicious I might gain weight. I used to let other people's negativity crush my potential. Saki bullied me and Shu harassed me, but I also didn't have the courage to change my situation. That's why I want to cherish this new opportunity and challenge myself in ways I never did before. All right, let's give it my all again tomorrow. Every day, I embrace new experiences and continue to challenge myself with courage.